The music scene has got me down, 'cause I don't want to be a clown. The music scene.
My name is Matthew Caulfield, and I'll be narrating the following podcast on behalf of Full Sail University and our CSI class. Myself and my fellow classmates
I'm Jade Hillary.
And my name is Joseph Doran.
have created this lovely podcast. Enjoy. Technology is continuously changing and upgrading. Year after year, new advances are made in technology that make our lives, everyday tasks, and even jobs easier. That technology can be applied to the music industry as well, especially when it comes to mixing and recording music. Back in the 1960s, in order to record music, you typically had to have a 4-tape track machine, and that meant that the margin for error had to be significantly less because you couldn't separate the tracks once they were recorded. Not to mention the machines were pretty big and bulky and expensive. Nowadays, you can have state-of-the-art recording software right on your computer. These programs, such as GarageBand, can hold up to 64 tracks. With all the tracks being digital, it makes editing a breeze. Cutting and paste can now be done with a few clicks of the mouse. You technically don't even need to have a band anymore to make music. All these programs are available for anybody who wants them, and they are fairly priced as well. But does all this advancements in music editing make it fair that now anybody has a chance to make great sounding music, or has it become too easy? The software that is available is great for beginners who don't have much experience with editing and mixing. It's also very handy to have an entire studio with added plugins ready at your fingertips. Even veteran musicians can make their music sound more professional with the help of these programs, as well as help them get their music out there. Edits can be done in a flash. With the help of a great feature like Loop, music can be consistent throughout the whole song without the hassle of stopping a take and re-recording the entire song. The Loop feature can use the same take and put it in different parts of the song. Some musicians and engineers want the result. A lot of these plugins have musical instruments at your disposal as well. Now people who have no idea how to play an instrument can still enjoy the fun of making music just by adding, editing, and mixing pre-recorded sounds and instruments together. Now you can attach your guitar directly to your computer and record it directly onto GarageBand. Technology really has come a long way. There's an argument being made that music production has become too easy now. The software takes away from the fundamentals of classic editing, such as mixing and effects processing. People are too focused on the mixing now rather than the music. Technology has made it easy now to make anybody sound great by masking their vocals or looping one great take at a guitar riff. The problem is when people go to see such an artist or band live, they end up sounding like they did before the mixing. Bad. Also, the use of these plugins are being used more and more on stage as well, which takes away from the concept of live music. Professional mixing doesn't make the song better, just makes it sound better. Just because the use of recording software has gotten easier to use doesn't mean it's a bad thing. That is the great thing about technology, is that it's there to make our lives easier, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we need to use it. Some bands that still play today still use the traditional means of recording. Some people just like the way it sounds. Music is a form of expression and can be interpreted into many different ways by many different people. No matter how you look at it or what your views are, technology and music will always be used together.
Call that a joint.